going on, guys? Kivox here along with Meekachii, and we are going to be doing our October wrap-up and our TBR for November.
There you go.
Got him. Also, we're going to be announcing the winner for the Slender Man book at the end of the video, and then also the new giveaway that we're going to be starting today for this, and it's probably going to be ending at the end of the month, beginning of next month as well.
How many books did you read? 2? That's it?
I
only read 3, so I shouldn't say.
I've been working on a lot of other things, so yeah, I was only able to do 2.
Granted, one book we read was like 700 pages.
Also, you're the booktuber. I'm the wand maker.
You're a booktuber too now.
So therefore, you got to give me a break here, all right? I can only do half and half of each. Like, I can't be 100% and 100% on both. You can't do that.
No.
I need to split up my time a little bit.
So the first book I read in October was Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. I probably said that wrong. This is kind of a Rumpelstiltskin-esque retelling, which I didn't understand how it was at first, but it totally makes sense once you get into the story a little bit. I really, really enjoyed this book in the beginning, and then it slowed down quite a bit and got actually kind of boring in the middle, and then it picked back up at the end. So in all, I give it a 3.5 out of 5. I feel like it was just a little too boring at times to get a full 4 stars. I feel that some of the elements and characters that they tell you about don't matter at all to the story, and there was some political stuff that was just like, who cares? And it really didn't even matter. But I thought the Rumpelstiltskin character himself was really well written. I feel like the characters themselves were well written. Another complaint I had was that some of the characters did seem too similar. So there's no telling, like, they don't really tell you when they're transitioning between characters. It's just like a line, and then you have to figure out what character you're learning about. And I feel like it could have been done more seamlessly, if that makes sense. More seamless.
No, it was too seamless.
Yeah, I guess so. I feel like they could have done it better because...
More seamful.
Yeah. At times, I really had to pay attention to the actual plot and what was going on to figure out which character they were talking about. Although each character did have a unique story, you were able to figure it out pretty easily, but it was one of those annoying things that I wish was just kind of like, when they were changing characters, they just had their name in there. Also, there is one kid character that you read through every now and then, and I feel that that kid character just didn't act like a kid or talk like a kid. Like, it wasn't natural. It sounded way too forced, and like, I am a little kid. Look, this looks fun. This, and it was just like not really how I think a little kid would.
He was a robot?
Yeah. Like, it wasn't how I feel like a kid would talk. I don't know. Those were a few little things.
Well, so here's the thing. Whenever that happens, even in movies, they never get kids right.
Yeah.
They either sound too adult or...
too childlike.
They're usually never too childlike.
No.
They're always too adult because adults don't know how to write kids.
I just feel
Simple
like
as that.
it just didn't feel natural. And I don't know. Other than that, the book was absolutely beautifully written. I want to read Uprooted by this author because it's a lot shorter, and I feel like it would take out a lot of fluff, hopefully. And B, I mean, she really is a beautiful writer. It was very well done. I just had a few hang-ups with it.
So, the thing that we always do now that we
yeah.
started doing is we rate it up against some of the other books that we read this year. We started this a couple months ago, so it's not 100% full of all of the books that we read this year, but
I'm failing at this.
It's she's gonna vote, and this is her, and that's me. Where would you place it? On par with those?
Well, these are 3.5.
Okay.
There you go.
Nice. That's a 3 actually where you put it, but
no,
that's cool.
I think this is a 3.
No, because this is the bottom. Therefore, this is the middle.
3.5. It's a little above a 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, so cool. Little above 3.
Then we both read Waking Gods by Sylvain Nouvelle. This is the second book in the Sleeping Giants trilogy. Well, it's technically called like the Themis Files or something. I'd say that so far this is my favorite one.
I agree. I thought it was my favorite one too. We did a big stream about this because it was one of the book club books for the month. We also, the next book that we're going to talk about was also a part of this. So if you guys want to go see like a 45-minute long conversation about both of those books, definitely check that out. But we can't really talk much about it because it's the second part of a book. So it's good. I like it better. The audiobook is phenomenal. That's my favorite part. Like I listened to it.
You definitely should listen to it on audio, I think, to
It's
get
really good.
like a really good experience.
It's a full cast with like 12 different voice actors.
But it's
really
just
good.
like a very twisty, turny like Earth-based sci-fi story, and it's just so good. So good.
So good.
You should read it. I gave this a 5.
I
think you gave it a 5.
I gave it a 5
but
too.
But we're reading the next one. We're going to be talking about the next one soon, but we are reading the next one in the next live stream, or for the book club. So if you want to check out the book club, all you have to do, these books are kind of small, so you do have time to catch up. It's going to be November 25th, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and anyone can join. This is the third one of this is going to be one of the books we're reading.
It's red.
Yeah. But
peel that off.
Did you already? Oh, you did.
I already did that because I read it a little while ago.
How am I gonna? Here, we'll put it up here with this one. I can't get it off my finger. There we go. Then, so the final book I read this month, and I think the final book for you, was Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I feel like everyone under the sun has read this book. You know, it has been out for 10 years. This is the 10th anniversary
I
edition.
did not know that going in. I thought it was like a new book. I was like, oh, cool. You just got this brand new book, 10th anniversary. Oh, wait, 10th anniversary? Oh, my God.
And the third one's still not out yet. Double, oh, my God.
Well, I mean, look at Game of Thrones, dude.
True. Everyone says how good this book is, and I have to agree.
It's pretty good.
I liked it a lot. I mean, there was one character, I don't want to spoil too much, and I think we had the same feelings that, like, this one character just was kind of annoying.
I liked about 2/3 of it. The last little part of the last story arc, I guess, that was happening, I didn't think it was that amazing. There's a character in there that I really don't like, and it wasn't fun for me. It lost its coolness that, like, the whole beginning and the middle of the book had a lot of. It's allowed lots.
One thing that I really liked is I feel like Kvothe is a very, like, realistic
I can't
character.
say his name. Kvothe.
Kvothe. I feel like he's a very realistic character, so not too many good things and not too many bad things happen to him. He has, like, a well-rounded life. I feel the characters where too many good things happen to them, it's too, like, unrealistic.
Yeah. Where they're just the best at everything.
And he's really smart, but he has to work for everything that he has.
That's great. He goes through tough times.
And it's not one of those things where, like, he's really smart, so therefore he's just successful at everything, and he's just good at everything because he's so smart. And I like that that's not the case. He's just a well-written character. The world, I feel, is very well-written. There's some good fantasy characters in it. But yeah, I feel like he's a very good storyteller.
It was definitely,
in my opinion,
a small intro to this world. It wasn't a small
intro.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
not a lot happens as like the overall story. Like, it's not a lot happens. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of little things that happen, but there isn't a lot that. Basically, like, his goal from the beginning doesn't really get resolved at the end whatsoever. He kind of just hints at it, and he's like, almost found out some stuff about it. That's about it towards the end. Is that a spoiler?
No.
Is that too much?
I recommend this edition because there are some really pretty pictures in here, and I don't want to show you any of them because they do spoil stuff. But also, at the end of the book, there's a bunch of really cool information about stuff in the world. Like, they explain the currency and stuff like that.
Which the currency is, like,
really complicated.
Like, so complicated. For no reason.
He said, well, it depends on where you live. It's
Again,
like
it's for no reason.
That's not true.
Really?
This is literally the currency system. Like, all the different types of currency.
Yeah, it's kind of like where we live in the United States.
No, not the U.S., but, like, if you compare, like, different countries and their currency.
Because they're in different countries. He's not going to different countries. He's in the same country.
Basically is.
No, he's not. Literally, it'll be one city will have 4 different currencies. So, Explain that one to me, Meek.
No,
How is
it's
that
just like
basically?
4 different coins.
But okay, but let's say quarters and nickels and dimes.
Yeah.
Is it like that? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
But they call them different things.
Only from different regions.
Why? It's pointless. It doesn't make it better. That's a dumb thing that like it's like the author just decided I'm going to make this super complicated for no reason. I hate when things like what is the point of that? What does that show us? Does that divide the classes? No, not really. It doesn't fault the book. It doesn't harm it, but it also doesn't add anything. It's just fluff that makes it. And it probably added like 3 pages to that book explaining the currency, which was interesting. But give me a reason for that. Explain to me why. Why?
I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 because
Oh, we never voted. We got to do the vote.
there was very little that I disliked about
4.5, you said?
it. Yeah.
Wow, I'm impressed.
I was impressed by it. I thought it was one of those overhyped books. I don't really feel like it was that overhyped.
I gave it a 4.
Uh-huh.
I liked it. Remember, my 4s are like 4.5s for you.
Probably.
Because I know how scales work. You notice that all of yours are just bundled in the same spot?
I've read a lot of good books this year.
Mm-hmm. You're too kind.
No. Oops, that's super crooked.
You're too
Cool,
nice.
though.
I have a nice spread of everything. A little bit of everything. Jenny.
I hated that so much. I made it die.
All right, so the winner for the Slender Man book that we just wrapped up the giveaway for is Casey Kaminsky. We're going to be emailing you to get your information, so just look in your inbox for an email from us. And we'll be announcing we'll be talking about the new giveaway at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Okay?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so next up is going to be the TBR. But before we start that, we want to tell you about the, I forgot what it's called. What is it called?
Fall into Fantasy Readathon. It is November 18th through the 25th, and it's hosted by Penguin. And they asked us to be a part of it, which is really awesome. And we're going to be creating a separate TBR for that because during that week, we're going to read a lot of
And when
fantasy.
is it? The 18th?
18th through the 25th.
Okay, so it's going to be
a lot of fantasy.
A lot of fantasy, and it's going to be fun, and we're going to have fun, and it's going to be fantastic. Fantasy-tastic.
So we're going to do a separate TBR for that, and because of that, this TBR is really kind of small.
Yeah.
So. Our first one is Scythe by Neil Schusterman.
Is this one of the new book clubbers?
Yes.
This is one of the new book club books. So if you guys want to read this with us, that would be swell. And you guys could join us on
November 25th, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This one is about where humanity has conquered all death. And because no one dies, they've come up with a system to kill people. And people called Scythes are the ones destined to kill people. They learn how to kill people. And
Ooh.
I don't know.
Ooh.
That's all I know about it. And people love this book.
I get be told good.
So many times to read this book, and I haven't yet. So now it's part of the book club. You guys voted. This is what you wanted. And that's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing, guys.
If you join the book club, you can also be a part of voting
for
the next one. And if you don't want to read either of these books, you could still join the live stream quickly and vote because we always put a vote up.
Yes, towards the end of the live stream.
So that's book 1. Book 2 for the live stream is Only Human by Sylvain Neuvel, which is, we already talked about this. This is the 3rd book in the Themis Files. It's short, so if you guys want to catch up and then join the book club, you can do that. The first one is Sleeping Giants, then Waking Gods, then Only Human, and the series is really good, so you should read it and join us.
It's red.
And it's red. Then my last book, which is on my TBR again, is The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon.
Just turn that. Woo-wee, girl.
I'm I'm a little farther than this now. I'm about this far.
Dang.
Nice.
Halfway.
I feel like this book has taken me so long to read. It's really good. I am really enjoying it. It's definitely a high adult fantasy involving dragons and differing world views and war on the brink of war, but the war is with the dragons, so it's pretty interesting. And so far, I highly recommend you guys check it out when it comes out. But I gotta finish it. You want to feel it? It's gonna break your arm.
Ooh, I'm gonna do some curls. Ooh, I'm gonna get swole.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
So yeah, I'll let you guys know hopefully next month what I thought of this if I ever finish it. And that brings us to the next giveaway.
Which is...
Bloody Rose by Nicholas Eames.
Which you loved.
I
absolutely loved the first book. Did you read this yet?
No.
You haven't read it yet. Okay.
Kings of the Wild. Loved that book. And this is a sequel. So it follows one of the characters. It's a very minor character. It's a minor-ish character in the Kings of the Wild. But you're following Bloody Rose and her gang of mercenaries. Mercenaries? Yeah. And
no, it's her band.
Her band of mercenaries. Excuse me.
Get it right, because these books have like a band theme, like getting the band back together. Their band of mercenaries. Their band, and they use a lot of music terms, and it's kind of cool. It works. It definitely works. It worked so much that when she was reading the first one, she's like, "Is that where the band term came from?
Yeah.
Was it from like
bands of mercenaries?
And is that why they did gigs? Because that's one of the things when they get hired for gigs, and they have their agent that sets up their things, and they tour the world.
We're making it sound cheesy, but it works really well.
Yeah. It's cheesy in the perfect way. It really is.
I super loved the last book, and
I didn't love the first book, but I did appreciate it, and I did like it. It just it wasn't for me, but I liked it.
Yeah.
What'd I give it? Did I rate it?
I don't remember what I rated it. I think this was
before we started rating it, so it's not on there.
But now you guys have a chance to read this one if you'd like. I do recommend reading the first one. Even though the first one feels like it has an ending. So this one's set, I believe, 5 years later, or something along that line. It's a few years after the first book. I don't know if you have to read the first one, but I would. It's really good. So, how do you win this?
So the way that you have to enter is just follow the link down below to the giveaway. Enter. There's going to be multiple ways to enter, and some of them you can do it multiple times, like once every day type thing. So the more times you do it, the better chances you have of winning. So you may want to do that.
Because we just hit a button and it pops up a name.
It chooses the name for us, and then we send it out. Make sure to like this video if you liked it. If you want us to continue to do these giveaways, because we do get a lot of books, and
sometimes I get duplicates.
We do want to do more giveaways. We'll probably do them anyways, but let us know down below if you guys are reading any of these, if you guys are going to be joining us for the book club, if you guys have any suggestions for future books, or even future books that you would want us to do giveaways for.
Or future books for the book club. I do take suggestions up until the live stream, so if there's something you really want to read during the book club, I may put it up to read as an option.
Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for some more book-related stuff and some other things.
Our TBR coming up for the readathon.
Oh yeah, the readathon TBR. Hopefully you guys are going to join us for that too. It's gonna be
we'll do some videos.
Fantastic.
Keep working on it.
Next time I'll get it. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next video. Bye.